Hello, I'm Isabelle Bozzini, the cellist of the Bozzini Quartet from Montreal. We are very pleased to be performing this year in Soundstreams series three pieces by Canadian composers, Taylor Brook, Zosha Di Castri, Cassandra Miller. Those are three commissions that we worked on together with Soundstreams, Le Vivier in Montreal, Time Spans, Earl Brown Foundation in New York, Bozzini Quartet ourselves, Darmstadt, New Music Days, and Gaudeamus as well. There's a series of interested commissioners, and we are very happy about those three new pieces. Those three composers have very different approaches, sound ideas, soundscapes, and it's always quite interesting as a new music interpreter to actually delve into the different possibilities, the different languages, understand what they mean. Sometimes it looks very clean on the paper or on the iPads. Meanwhile, and actually they don't really want something that sounds clean, and sometimes it doesn't look so clean, but they want something very crystal clean, and you know, that's just one example of how different how different composers are dealing with their material, and how we have to actually approach it and understand it before we can actually render it. And in this particular case, the music is very, very different. I mean, they have Taylor is very interested in tuning systems, and that's been one of his big things since we know him at least 15 years now, back when he was a young student. And it's still like this. He's working with these. Meanwhile, the music has become, in a way, simpler. Like what he wrote for us now is 7 songs, and dances on an imaginary folklore. At the same time, it's rather refined what he wants us to do with those tuning systems, and so that's sort of the battle, is to actually do the dance, get a light feeling when you play, but at the same time tune very specifically and very carefully, all of those things, and also the colors are very specific what he likes to have. Then on the other hand, Zosha is really everything is like a firework in her music, or maybe not everything, but a lot of it is very explosive and quite virtuosic, and she writes it very clean, but she also wants actually a lot of freedom and not improvisation is the wrong term, but something that goes with a lot of freedom and added intentions. She does leave space for the performers to put in their ideas and their own emotions and colors, and that's quite nice to work with composers who open you this door. And yeah, she went, I think, in different territories also for her. It starts on a very, very soft, beautiful, slow passage with the cello, and it then goes into all kinds of different variations and dances, and she has been working with mutes. She's been a mentor in the Composer's Kitchen in 2025, and heard some of the young composers who were working with us with the different mutes. So we're talking about the normal mute that everybody has seen and heard, the plastic, the Tucht mute it's called. But we also have leather mutes, and we have the apartment mutes, and we have the metal mutes. So that goes for a whole range of colors. And she plays a lot with this. So we start with a certain mute and goes more and more muted until at the end of the piece it's exploding again. And yeah, so it's quite a journey. It's our first collaboration, Zosha. From these three composers, we've worked many times with Taylor at the kitchen as when he was a student. With Cassandra, we also started working in 2009, and with Zosha, 2024 was the first time we started working together. So, but it's super nice. She's also a great composer and a brilliant mind, a super nice person. Now with Cassandra Miller, we've had repeated collaborations since 2009. This piece is the fourth quartet she's writing for us. So it's very nice to actually see how things develop, and how you work with time with composers, and how you start to trust each other more and more. So where she brings us, what she asks from us is we're in a rather intimate situation. Meanwhile, Cassandra likes to also work with people and ask them, for example, to sing a song, and then she'll record that, and then she'll reimagine it and rewrite it, and then you have to play this, but somehow there's always the memory of when you first sang it to her. And these things are quite interesting. She did one piece some years back also for Time Spans, which was called Thank Song, where she asked every member of the quartet to record separately Beethoven Heilige Dankgesang, one of the slow movements of the Opus 132. And from there, she was singing things that she heard, and she's not a singer. She just had with all kinds of little inflections in the voice and quite low voice. And then she asked us to imitate her voice as we were playing it. And we recorded this. And so in the end, it's the second or third or fourth version of the same thing, but reimagined every time. And it becomes a very close and intimate process. And that's interesting. And in the case of now this latest quartet, 3 songs, it is this. She has asked us to sing songs that we have been singing as kids, or that we favorite songs as kids, or favorite song that we sang to our own kids. And yeah, that has become also a new version. And then she goes from the original singing. She of course develops a whole piece of music and uses different recipes to put it together and make a form.